pretty much structuralism is the idea that all elements of human culture must be understood in terms of their relationship to a larger, overarching system or structure.
Meaning of signs and symbols, or what was that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Semiotics is the meaning of signs and symbols.
That's just how we're... So linguistic roots pretty much means that language symbols extend beyond actual words. Like actions are still a language. Linguistic roots, which pretty much just says that's this guy Richter. This is his idea. And he says that practically everything we do that is specifically human is expressed in some kind of language. And he says structuralists believe that these language symbols extend far beyond written or oral communication. And for example,
remember how when the king and the duke, they were about to steal their money, the people's money,
yeah,
because they pretend to be them. So since Huck and Jim, or maybe it was just Huck, I forget, they took the money and put it in the coffin, so the Duke and King couldn't get it and try to give it back to them. That was sort of a gift, I'd say.
okay, a gift to who though?
To the family, so that
that the family didn't get gypped.
Yeah.
So that is a non-verbal offering of kindness and friendship. Larry, I got you this nice flower.
Oh, thanks, Max.
You're welcome.
That's so kind.
Yeah.
That shows your appreciation of me and our
Yeah, that was a really good non-verbal example of friendship. Social life depends on the meaningful gestures and signals of body language and revolves around the exchange of small symbolic favors like drinks, parties, and dinners. That's more of what Richter has said. So I guess that means
You talk about how language is full of symbols and stuff.
Is that what it's saying though?
I mean, I think so.
So pretty much he's just saying that language symbols extend beyond written or oral communication. So it's more like me offering you a drink is a symbol of friendship
Yeah.
and kindness. Beyond saying, I'm a kind person, we are friends. It's the actual symbol of that. So my cat, meowing when I give him food is a symbol of his appreciation for the food. Or if I punched you, that's a symbol of my dislike of you.
Do you still have a pancake or no?
Me, oh damn it, Shadow. Well, me petting Shadow right there would have been a symbol of my affection towards my cat. But he was not returning. Him running away was a symbol of his dislike of me, which is the linguistic roots of structuralism.
No, okay. So in structuralism, there are patterns that can signify different underlying meanings. So, for example, if someone was doing a presentation and kept saying several times, then that means that they are nervous or don't know what to say. So, structuralism in literary theory is it's the structure of it's a large number of short stories that sort of
You can see through Larry's pattern of saying during his presentation, we know that the structure of his speech is unprofessional and unorganized.
So, with structuralism and literary theory, what you can do is take a look at how a piece is structured, and from that you can gain different perspectives, and you can basically determine the underlying principles of a given piece. We talk about like
the progression of characterization. We see in each chapter, or almost each chapter, Huck is faced with a moral crisis, and he learns more about himself and what's really good and what's really right as the book progresses, which forms the structure of the literary work as a whole into a book about the moral conflicts of that time period, which were slavery and religion and civilization with an S. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's pretty ironic. Alright, so there were two main theorists who talked about structuralism, who were Charles Sanders Peirce and Ferdinand de Saussure. The three main ideas they talked about were iconic signs, which signify, a meaning or something. Indexes, which are indicators of an underlying meaning, and true symbols, which are which have a relation to a thing being signified, and could be just kind of arbitrary, but they still have a meaning behind them.
Yeah, like an iconic sign would be something pretty obvious, like the men and women on the stick figure men and women that represent the men's room and the women's room obviously represent men and women. But then indexes, which is where signifier is a reliable indicator of the presence of the signified. The way they say this is too complicated. It pretty much means, like, if you see fire, you know there's going to be smoke, and if you see smoke, you know...
Whoa, what is this smoke? Where could it be coming from?
Oh, we can only assume that because there's a smoke, there's also fire. This is on fire, but the video doesn't capture it.
True symbols.
The third one, true symbols. Yeah, this one's kind of complicated. It's like complicated, but not complicated. The example they use in this guide, it's not that much of a guide, is the word and sound cat. Like, either saying it and you're hearing the word cat, you think of a cat in your head, or reading the word C-A-T, you think of a cat, like the actual creature, a cat, which I had one. There's one over here earlier. And, like, or, like, you, like, hear the word corn, you think of a corn cob, or some corn in a bowl, or you hear lemon, or read the word lemon, you think of lemons. It's just so direct. Just symbols, like, looking at the meaning of symbols in a novel is sign systems.
Like, in Huck Finn, the Mississippi River is a symbol of freedom for Huck and Jim, and how they can, do whatever they want on the river, on their rafts, and just sail away to freedom without any worries or any cares.
And on the river, it's just Jim and Huck. So Huck isn't as influenced by his peers in society to make his decisions about morality on their journey.